Hello YouTubers, welcome back to this part 2 of a video series showing how to read the EEPROM located on the Airbag Control Module type MRSZ3, and it's the one which is not possible to reset while in car, so you have to manually do it on the table. And typically you will find information on the net showing things like you see here on the screen, which shows how to connect the Carprog programmer to this chip. But actually it's easier to show how to do it in real, because I tried to use all these kinds of diagrams here, but couldn't make it work. So what I ended up with was to try and use a picture I found of how to connect using the Carprog programmer, and try and transfer that over to using Carprog instead. The chip which is on this control module is the one you see there, MC68HC912B32. And important thing is the mask sets. As I can recall on my chip, if I use the mask set 9H91F, it didn't work, it just read some empty memory. But the other three which I have in my program options did work, and they read the same data, so it should be okay. The problem with the mask set, it should be the correct one for your chip, but on this module it's very difficult to read the mask set on the chip because of the way the chip is installed on the board. I'll show you here. The chip is the one underneath that bridge there. And it's very difficult, I can't be able to read really what it says, but as long as I found all the three mask sets worked, I will try any of them and see which is the right one later. So without further ado, I will show how I connected this on my system. And this white wire here, I traced that one back to pin number 3 on this connector, and the kind of light blue one there, I traced that one back to pin number 4 on this connector. Then we have the red one there. It is soldered on the third leg from the right in the top row here. It looks like it's number 4, but actually it's number 3 if you look closely. And that red wire there, that's the one I traced back to number 9 on this connector. And then the last one, the brown one there, that is that one I traced back to pin number 25 on this connector. The white wire there is the reset signal which is sent to the chip when you read, and the light blue one is kind of the data line, and the red one is plus 5 volts coming from the Carprog, and the brown one is ground. I will show you how these connectors looks like. In this view here, up in the left far corner is pin number 1. Left lower corner is pin 14. Up in the right far corner is pin number 13, and in the lower right corner is pin number 25. You will probably be able to read the numbers inside here if you use some kind of a magnifying glass or something. And while I'm at this plug here, this is a special plug I made. It is used for when I plug this into the Carprog, I can do the hardware test on the Carprog to make sure all the lines and signals are correct coming out from the Carprog. You'll find diagrams of this on the net quite easily. It's just some resistors, and I didn't have the correct one. One of them I didn't have the correct size, so I soldered 2 wires and clipped on different sizes, but it should be at least 470 ohms. But anyway, that's a different project, but it's possible to use to make sure your Carprog is working. So then I will show you. We'll show the important picture here. This picture here. It is this shows how to connect the Xprog programmer to this module. So I use this one as a reference, but the only thing you can use this for regarding the Carprog is to see the locations of the soldering points. And here, as you can see, one of the soldering points. Try and use some of the nearby components to locate the exact one. And then up there, that one was the white wire I showed you before. This one is the light blue wire. You can see location of that soldering point. And here you have the red wire and the brown wire from left to right. And this is the only way really to do the soldering on these modules, because that chip, which is that the EEPROM is located inside, it has some very small legs, so it's impossible to solder really without special equipment. So I think this is all the information you need to try and fix these modules if they lock up. Like mine had a kind of an internal ECU or CPU error which makes it kind of dead in a way. It's not impossible. It's not possible to fix it in a different way than this, using these programmers. This module here is especially prone for that error. If you forget to disconnect the battery while unplugging some airbag units in the car, that can be enough to this module getting that error. So I hope you can use this information to try and fix yours if you have the problem. Okay, bye bye.